Lexical substantive categories. So we are discussing some terms of traditional grammar. Lexical substantive categories are of different types, right? So let's now look at these types, that what they are, right? So generally we are already familiar with them, like noun, verb, adjective, adverb, and preposition. So these five categories come under the lexical and substantive categories. They are generally abbreviated like N for noun, V for verb, A for adjective, A, D, V for adverb, and P for preposition, right? So let's look at that, how they are recognized. What morphological aspect do they have? What syntactic function they perform? What are the different types of these categories? So we begin with a noun. Generally, we use N as abbreviated form of noun. Semantic property. So this has semantic property. It denotes, for example, noun describes some entity. For example, bottle, it is an entity, right? It refers to an object used to contain liquids. So water, it denotes a type of liquid. Similarly, John, it denotes to specify a certain specific person, right? So this is when we look at a noun and look at the meaning, the semantic property of the noun, we find that basically it's an entity. Sometimes it refers to a person, sometimes to a place, sometimes to a thing. Distinct subtypes of noun, we know that there are different subclasses of or types of noun. Calm noun, it refers to a word which can be made plural. For example, we have the word chair and we can make it chairs. Mass noun, the mass noun refers to a certain type of noun which cannot be made plural. It denotes an uncountable mass. For example, we say furniture. We do not say one furniture or two furnitures. It will be incorrect. Similarly, we have a division of common and proper noun. Common noun likes boy, which can be modified by a determiner. For example, boy, the boy. And proper noun cannot be modified. For example, if we have a noun Andrew, we cannot say the Andrew, or cannot make such a sentence like the Andrew is lying. Whereas we can make a sentence with the common noun, the boy is lying. Number, noun has number. That means that singular or plural generally have morphological property. Number, count nouns generally have morphological properties that they have two different forms, singular and plural, right? And we can, a plural, for example, takes s or es, generally what we said, and denotes more than one entity. Common nouns have the syntactic property. Only an appropriate kind of noun can be used to end a sentence. For example, they have no dash ... So we have to put a common noun. We can put a car. We can say, or we can say, for example, they have no money, a mass noun, or a plural noun, they have no friends. But we cannot put every word in it. We cannot say they have no slowly, no see, no up, etc. So these are the certain properties of the common nouns as their syntactic properties. Let's now take verb. When we look at the semantic property of a verb denotes action or events. So eating, sing, eat, sing, pull, etc. They are all action doing and verbs. From a syntactic point of view, verbs have the property that only an appropriate kind of a verb in its uninflected or infinitive form can be used to complete a sentence, such as they / it can ... So we can put a verb here, like we can say they can stay, it can leave, etc. But we cannot bring many other words of other class. Similarly, morphological point about the verb, regular verbs like cry in English have property that they have four distinct forms alongside the bare uninflected form. For example, form cry, we find the present tense from cries, we can add ies, the past tense or the past perfect or a passive participle cried, and progressive crying. So these are different morphological points about verb. So when we look at the semantic property of adjective, they denote states or attributes: happy, tired, ill, conscientious, red, cruel. They are all adjective. These are, and they have certain attributes or states of the subject they are referred to. So far as their syntactic property is concerned, they can occur after to be to complete a sentence, like they may be tired or they may be ill. Denotes a gradable property, varying degree, fast, faster, for example, modified by a degree word, very, rather, somewhat. They are the degree word. She is happy and she is very happy. So happy is modified by a degree adverb. Many but not all adjective have the morphological properties that they have comparative forms, as just discussed, ending in er, and superlative forms ending in est. Adverb, the third lexical or and substantive category, is adverb. Its semantic property is that it denotes the manner in which an action is being performed. He sings well. So how he sings well. So well is an adverb. Morphological properties, most of the regular adverb have a form that we add ly after adjective, slow and slowly, right? Simple and simply, etc. But we know that there are certain other types of adverb which do not take any morphological element to them, like fast. Syntactic property, an adverb is the only kind of word which could be used to end sentence, such as she behaved dash. So we'll have to bring an adverb. She behaved badly, he treats her badly, etc. Right? So there are certain slots in which only adverb can be filled in. The last one of the lexical categories, preposition. Semantic property of a preposition is that it is marking location. It marks the location. So in, on, of, inside, outside, they are all prepositions. Syntactic property, with the appropriate kind of meaning, can be modified by right in the sentence, giving the meaning of completely. For example, he is down the stairs, so we can have right to modify it down. So he fell right down the stair. So he went straight to the bed. So we can syntactically modify an adverb with another adverb. Morphological property, they are invariable, uninflected forms. The prepositions of has no past tense, no present tense, no superlative, fastest or offest or etc. So these are some of the properties of the substantive categories. So these are some of the categories which we call lexical or substantive categories, right? So we have seen that there are 5: noun, verb, adjective, adverb, and preposition.